Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you to the 15th International Conference on Corporate Social Responsibility and 6th Organizational Governance Conference. My name is Abdul Moin. This conference is being organized under the auspices of Social Responsibility Research Network, which is RNet, which is an international forum for the debate and discussion of issues relating to corporate social responsibility, governance, and business ethics and sustainability. This year, up to 55 delegates are attending this conference around the globe, and they will discuss issues relating to those areas. As well as a strong representation from Australia and New Zealand, delegates are also coming from countries like Vietnam, Puerto Rico, Austria, Japan, Bangladesh, India, United Kingdom, and the United States of America. Conference is being hosted by the Federation Business School, Federation University of Australia, in this hotel in Melbourne. And Melbourne is known as the most liberal city and the cultural capital of Australia. It is a well-known place for these bars, cafes, and restaurants, and world-class galleries, theaters, museums, as well as beautiful parks and gardens. You got this program designed for the programs for this conference. The conference will be taking place for 2 days, and the program, combination of this program and the outstanding location of Melbourne will promise to deliver a unique and enjoyable conference. I welcome you all to the conference and hope that the research, discussion, and presentation and the debate that we are going to have in here will contribute to the knowledge and understanding of corporate social responsibility, ethics, sustainability, and corporate governance field. So with that, I welcome you all. Now I'm introducing my dean, Bob Oshie, Associate Professor Bob Oshie, to give a welcome speech from the Federation Business School. Thank you.
Thank you, Abdul, and good morning and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to formally start the proceedings of this conference by acknowledging the traditional owners and occupants of the land on which we are meeting. Wurundjeri people. And I invite you to join me in paying our respects to their elders, past and present, and indeed any of their elders who may be present here. And let's extend that welcome to any descendants of their elders who may also be present here. You know, when I was at my son's, he goes to a secondary college, a big secondary college in Ballarat, and I went to the annual awards night, called Speaks Night in Australia. And at the awards night last year, the boys who were leaving the college, the Year 12 boys who were going to university or a job or something, they get up on the stage and they sing a big rousing boy type song, almost a football song. They sing this the college song, and they sing another song. And there's a line in that song which I love, and it's kind of connected with this acknowledgement of country that I just did a moment ago. And somewhere buried in that song is that says, "We're all standing on the shoulders of those who've gone before us," and I just love that line. It makes me just think of another line from another song which I've pitched also. When I do these acknowledgement of the country, I like to finish off with this. So having just said about acknowledging and paying our respects, etc., I'd just like to finish off with saying this. Let's tread gently then, respect the earth, remembering whence we've come. And with that, I'd like to formally sort of open, if you like, the conference that you will come for. And I just want to say how absolutely proud and privileged Federation Business School is to be the host organisation for this conference. When Abdul came to see me about this some time ago, I literally jumped at him and said, "We would absolutely love to do this. This fits so clearly and so strongly with the Federation of Business Schools philosophy. Within our mission, our vision, our values, we have embedded and we live out to those embedded values our connection and our commitment to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, the United Nations Global Compact, and the United Nations Principles for Responsible Management Education. And I see this conference sitting clearly under that umbrella. And in fact, we've had a double event these last couple of days. Yesterday, we co-hosted with the University of Wollongong the Australasian chapter meeting for the United Nations PRME, Principles for Responsible Management Education Conference. And we're delighted to have Belinda Gibbons from the University of Wollongong who chaired that meeting yesterday to join us for this conference. And that PRME conference, joining on with this one, to me is a perfect match for the Federation of Business School. It's what we stand for in the school. We've made it our pillar, we've made it our rock, our bedrock philosophy that goes across everything we do. We have a strategic plan within the school which incorporates 7 individual portfolio strategic plans, but the 5-year strategic plan which overarches all of those is the United Nations PRME plan. And Craig Hurley, who's in the room here somewhere, is the coordinator of that program within Federation of Business School. And we've made that a significant position within the faculty. He's on the senior leadership team. He has a committee with quite specific terms of reference, reports directly to me to make sure that we don't just tick the box and say the words, we're actually doing something about it. We live it out as much as we possibly can. And I think hosting a conference like this is just a small part of that. We're very privileged to have with us today as a keynote speaker Professor David Crowther and from the United Kingdom, and someone will more formally introduce David in just a moment. I just want to pay my respects, David, and welcome you. I met you last night at their welcome function, and welcome again to Australia, to Melbourne, and to this conference. You know, we'd love the conference to be in Ballarat. That's our hometown. The Federation of Business School was formerly named the University of Ballarat, changed its name about 2 or 3 years ago when it started to take on some other campuses around the country, and no longer was a localised city university name seemed relevant, so we changed from the University of Ballarat to Federation University Australia. And Ballarat is a regional city, about 100,000 people, and it's about an hour and a half west of here. And I did beg Abdul, could we please have it in Ballarat to get such enormous buy-in from the community? We'll have press and TV and radio. They'll be all over us. But I understand that Melbourne is far more convenient. There's more to see and do, and it's straight from the airport to here, etc. So I can understand that. But the absence of a swarm of media and paparazzi is because it's not in our hometown of Ballarat. Anyway, when David gets up to speak, I need a good photograph of David to send straight back to Ballarat to get to our university-wide newspaper. Now, Abdul, I'm not doing the usual, where the exits are and toilets and all that sort of. Someone else is, because we have to do that sort of stuff at the start of every meeting as well. That's an important thing that we have to do in Australia. Tell everybody what to do if there's a security scare and all that. So someone will do that after me. It's just for me to formally open the conference, acknowledge country, as we call it in Australia, paying our respects to elders, and to welcome each and every one of you to Federation Business School sponsored conference. Thank you.
Now, may I introduce Shahla Safi from the Social Responsibility Research Network, from University of Derby, to give a welcome speech.
Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's really nice to meet you all in person now after this time of receiving your emails and your nice papers and abstracts, and it's very good to see you all here in this beautiful city of Melbourne, which is, as Moin mentioned, ranked as the best city to live in the world for the 6th consecutive year. And it's good to celebrate our 15th International Conference Organisational Governance Conference in this beautiful city. I hope that you will enjoy this conference, and I'm sure that you will, because enjoyment is an essential part of our conferences, which means that it's not just an academic environment, but also you will find it very friendly and really you feel the enjoyment here. And I'm sure that many of you, just like us, have come here from very distant areas. For us, it took really 2 days, which means that I myself have traveled to many parts of the world, and I always thought that I know the meaning of the word being jet lagged. Now I think that it was just an illusion. I cannot sit here, but I was somehow going to sleep, but however. And now by seeing your nice faces, I feel very good. And it was last year in our conference in Turkey that my friend Dr. Abdulwahid came to us with the proposal that the University Federation is willing to host the next year's conference, and when it was agreed that actually these efforts started since last year, and sometimes it was very challenging. So thank you for everything. And I don't want to take your time for a long time. Just all of you that have joined us in this conference will be a member of our SRNet, and you will receive emails and news of future events and conferences, and also possibilities for publications. And if by any chance you didn't receive such emails, please send a short message to me. I will make sure that you will be a member of the network. Thank you. So please just
I will introduce now Professor David Crowther for the keynote speech, but before I do that, I just mention about a few information about where our presentation will be. There will be 2 rooms this side. Room 1 and room 2 is the numbers are there. If you go outside on this corridor, there are 2 rooms, and we'll have a presentation session, the parallel sessions starting there from 11 o'clock, the first presentation session. And every presentation will have 25 minutes presentation and 5 minutes question and answer session. Towards the end of the session, the chair session will summarize and give some comments, and also the audience will give you some comments. There is internet facilities in the hotel. The Wi-Fi is there, so if you want to connect to the Wi-Fi, it is possible. Lunch will be served in restaurants in there every day, and the conference dinner tomorrow, that will be also served in the restaurants in here, 11 to 3. So with that, now let me introduce you to Professor David Crowther. He's a professor of corporate social responsibility at D. Montfort University in the UK, United Kingdom. He's a visiting professor of London School of Commerce, United Kingdom, and the founding chair of the Social Responsibility Research Network. For almost 20 years, David has been taught a leader in the areas governance, corporate social responsibility, and sustainability. He has published around 50 books and literally hundreds of journal articles of these themes. He is also the editor of the Social Responsibility Journal. Let me welcome Professor David Crowther to give the keynote speech.
Okay, good morning. The theme of our conference this year we've been around quite a long time. We've been talking about a long time, but we've not stepped back and thought about them. We've not thought about what's important. We've not thought about how these might have changed over time. We've not reacted as much to change circumstances as perhaps we could have done. So I want to suggest some areas where our attention should be redirected. Okay, is that any better? Okay, right. So let me start. Let's start with a question. Anybody here got one of those? You don't know what it is. It's a Nobel Prize. I don't know why they've not got my name to the top of the list yet, so and I've never seen one. But the reason I put this here to start off with, because in 2008, Barack Obama was awarded a Nobel Peace Prize for doing absolutely nothing. Even he acknowledged that he did absolutely nothing to earn that, but he said, I'm sure I'll earn in the future, so I'll accept it anyway. Which is, I suppose I did that, somebody else would be there. But the point is, these things go not necessarily to people who deserve them. They go to powerful people, they go to influential people. So what's perceived as good depends not on what's said, depends who says it. Those kind of things. Or in this case, depends on him saying absolutely nothing. But according to the newspapers in Britain, when he got the Nobel Prize, he was awarded it for not being George Bush. On that basis, there's another 6 billion of us should have got a Nobel Prize, and they shouldn't we? He has been president for 8 years, dangerously. This guy.
Thank God.
How do I get it?
We don't need the rest of it.
My actual slide shows the top of his head because you've got to admire that tremendous hairstyle. So, if you've got a hairstyle like that, you've got to be taken seriously as a future leader of the world. Unfortunately, you might become future leader of the world. This is a guy who claims that his best friends are Mexicans, but 2 hours later says he's going to build a wall to keep them out of the United States. This is a guy who says that button fits my finger, I'll use it if I want to. Somebody we should be worried about. Now, we should be worried from the point of view of governance and social responsibility, separable from the actions that we're studying as researchers and theorisers on social responsibility and governance. We're coming down a bit in pictures down for this one to be. But this is me visiting the Sia Hills in Iran, which is one of the places that claims to be the oldest city in the world. 9,000 years old, these remains. So, quite interesting, quite significant. But because I thought they were interesting, they now view me as a potential terrorist. And if I want to go to the United States, I have to have an interview before I can give the visa. So again, you cannot separate actions from the geopolitical environment in which we operate. is not a presentation about what I did on my holidays. So you won't see any pictures of me again. But this is in Tehran. It's a famous landmark that's typical of Tehran, typical of Iran, that people recognise, which is why I used it. The reason this slide is to say, beginning of this year, it was agreed between Iran and the rest of the countries in the UN that they'd done enough to satisfy people who were developing nuclear weapons, and sanctions could be removed so that people of Iran would benefit. Now, the people of Iran were very excited about that. I don't think the politicians were all of the people, because they thought that their standard of living would start to improve, and they just waited for it to happen. So when I was there, I was interviewed by TV crews and said, have you noticed any differences in the country since sanctions have been removed? And I had to say no. The reason I had to say no is because the United Nations has agreed that sanctions can be lifted, but the agreement's been reneged upon. The agreement's being reneged upon because of the power of the American government. So what's happened is Iran is not connected to the financial world, the banking system, none of that operates in Iran. And even though sanctions are supposed to disappear, it's still not operating in Iran. And it's not operating in Iran because the American government decides that if any company trades with a country that they don't like, however they choose to decide it, that company will suffer severe financial penalties. So no banks will open in Iran because they're all worried that there'll be penalties imposed upon them by the American government. Because there's no banks operating, there's no international banking system, there's no development there. So we can talk about social responsibility, we can talk about governance, and we see what happens. In reality, it's not the same. We need to consider, when we're considering these topics, we need to consider them within the cultural, political environment in which we're operating. And I think we're too quick to ignore those aspects and focus on things that are perhaps less controversial. So, 30 years ago, the Brundtland Commission came up with their definition of sustainable development, which led to the triple bottom line. And we all know the three aspects of the triple bottom line. And we still use these as our basis for our understanding of what social responsibility is all about. So we've got a definition that's 30 years old about what sustainable development is all about. 25 years ago, R.G. Carroll did his famous pyramid, and we still use that. We still just accept that, use it as a basis for our research. And some of us go back even further, because 40 odd years ago, Milton Friedman took time out from making sure the Chicago School destroyed the economies of Latin America to come up with his famous article saying there's no such thing as social responsibility in business, or business is to make profit. And we still use that. And we're basing all of our theorising on platforms for understanding social responsibility, governance, and things that are more than one generation old. Now, I think things have changed since then. Business has changed. I think the global environment in which business, economic activity, social activity takes place has changed, and we need to change to react to that. Anyway, you all know this quote, don't you? Sustainable development is development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Everybody knows that. Everybody's familiar with that. Everybody uses it. But I seem to be the only person I've ever heard say that's complete nonsense. It's complete nonsense, because how can we take actions in the present that don't affect the ability of future generations to meet their own needs? It's just not possible. Not only that, but when Brundtland came up with these ideas, the population of the world is only 2/3 of what it is now. Things have changed. So, instead of just accepting these things, why don't we think about them, come up with alternative definitions, think about what is important in terms of social responsibility, in terms of governance. Anyway, while the technical issues have been worked on, I'll carry on talking. So what I was saying is, instead of just accepting all these old ideas as the basis for our work, why don't we think about what is important? So here, me making some suggestions that we ought to be talking about, we ought to be researching about, we ought to be taking action about. So there's 4 of them here: environmental protection, human rights, poverty alleviation, stakeholder satisfaction. While we're waiting, let me say something about the history of the conferences that we're organising. And let me say, you can expect big things to happen to Melbourne because of this conference. And the reason I say that is, 3 years ago, we held that conference in Rio de Janeiro. What happened afterwards? The World Cup, the Olympic Games followed us. The year after we had that conference in Bradford in the UK, what happened? France decided Bradford was so important it needed to be part of France, and the Tour de France cycle race started in Bradford. Don't ask me why. I actually got over the English Channel by cycling. I don't know. It still happened. However, last year was not so good. But last year we had a conference in Turkey. What happened? We had failed too. So, keep your eyes open. You can expect something to be happening in Melbourne in the future. I don't know what. Okay, can we move on then? Oh yes, talking about environmental protection, I came across this quote where one of your senators decided that climate change is not really happening, it's a UN conspiracy. You're not alone in that, but there's numbers all around the world. It does show that these things are not uncontroversial. It does show that we need to think about these things. Okay, probably by now you're all thinking, copy anyway. But what I wanted to say about this slide, this is not a cup of coffee. This is 5 litres of water. Because this is something that we ought to be thinking about, we ought to be researching about. When I say it's 5 litres of water, I'm talking about embedded water. It takes 5 litres of water to grow and process enough coffee beans to make 1 cup of coffee. Now that's obviously something that's going to be important in the future. Access to water is an integral part of CSR. Managing it is an integral part of governance. It's already been a source of political disputes, if not wars themselves, something that's becoming more important, something that's being ignored. It's something I think as CSR researchers we ought to be concerned about this, we ought to be doing something about it. And this is another issue that we ought to be concerned about, we ought to be researching about. A couple of years ago, well, say 5 years ago, people were talking about Huller's Peak. Do you know what I mean when I say about Huller's Peak? Yeah, no? Right. Yeah. The way oil comes out of the ground means that peak production doesn't happen when things get empty, but when you get half empty. So back in 1956, I think it was, this guy Huller came up with this concept and said that we were approaching peak. He was talking about 10% peak production of the wine. 3 or 4 years ago, people around the world were saying peak production of oil had arrived, and so there was going to be a problem, because if you're having economic growth all around the place, no energy to fuel it, there's a problem. And then along came this, fracking, which to some people's minds, this solved the problem. To other people's minds, it didn't solve the problem. It didn't solve the problem for 2 reasons. One, because of the environmental effect of pumping these nasty chemicals down into the ground and the effects and the earthquakes was one. But the other reason it didn't solve the problem is because if you do this, the life expectancy of one of those lines is 20 years. All we're doing is postponing the problem, so it becomes more severe in 20 years' time. It hasn't gone away, we've postponed. But suddenly, it's not being an issue, it's not being concerned about energy. Again, something we ought to be concerned about in our CSR research. In the UK, these are a problem. Basically, they're a problem because we're a small island, these make a lot of routes everywhere you go. It's around the UK, around Northern Europe really, you're surrounded by these electricity being generated this way. Even the sea, you can hardly go out to the sea off the coast of Britain without running into one of these things. Talking about alternative sources of fuel, which is being done to a limited extent, trivialises it. The problem is, these make a great big mess, but they don't solve the problem. They drain a very small amount of the energy that we do need. The amount of investment in alternative sources of energy is very small. If you look at the oil companies, they all say they're investing in technologies of sustainable energy. And then you look at the accounts and you find they're investing 1% of their R&D in doing this. Now, I don't think 1% says they're really serious about it. I don't think anybody's seriously addressing the problem, and it's all been shelved. We're shelving it as well by saying the problem's gone away. It's gone away for a short period of time. So, human rights, something else that's important. 4 aspects there that I think are all extremely poverty alleviation. Now, lots of people say one of the great things about CSR can be used as a vehicle for poverty alleviation. So it's a benefit from CSR. But living in extreme poverty has reduced over the last over a generation from nearly half the people in the world to 10%. That doesn't mean all those people are now comfortably off. They've moved out of what's classed as extreme poverty into what's classed as poverty. The number of people living in poverty has gone dramatically. So we haven't solved the problem, we've tinkered with the agents of it. And if we start looking at, forget poverty in developing countries, start looking at poverty and distribution in developed countries, and figures are quite shocking. I use figures from the USA because they're easy to get hold of, but they're fairly similar in any developed country. So what you can see here is the great amount of inequality. Where the top few people get most of the rewards. The average person, I don't mean the poor people, I mean the average middle class person has seen no rise in their standard of living over the last generation. All the wealth that's been created has gone to the top 1%. Now, how can we talk about social responsibility when that's such layering inequalities that we're just ignoring? So poverty alleviation is an issue in developed countries, not just developing countries. People are getting poorer, relatively and absolutely in these countries. Unless you're British, you've probably never heard of Sports Direct. They're a company in Britain, and they've just been in trouble for exploiting their workforce, basically, underpaying them, using manipulations to underpay them for the work that they're doing, making them work in dreadful conditions, those kind of things. So, exploitation, slavery, these are issues that don't just happen in the developing countries, they're happening everywhere. But it's not something that we're looking at as far as CSR is concerned. And here's another example. Philip Green received a NICE a few years ago for services to industry. He owned large retailing organisations that have been around for a long time and were doing quite well. So how did he celebrate receiving a NICE? He celebrated by paying himself and his family £675 million in share dividends, because they were basically shareholders of the company, and leaving the pension fund short of money so that all the people who have been employed by this company are now going to have to suffer reduction in pensions. And then he sold the company for £1 to a former bankrupt. Now the company's run out of existence. So that is an example of behaviour asset stripping is what he did in effect. Now, asset stripping is something that came and supposedly went in the 1970s and 1980s when people realised it's not the way to conduct business. It's still happening, but we're not doing anything about it. We're not looking at this kind of behaviour, we're not researching this, so it happens without anybody saying anything. Because everybody knows about Enron. The thing about Enron, which I find quite interesting, is if you look at their governance procedures, they've got a strong code of governance, and it did nothing to protect anybody in the company. So we talk about codes of governance, and they don't do anything. They don't do what they're supposed to do. So governance, problems with governance is one of the major problems in the environment, the economic environment, the social environment, that we should be concerned about. One aspect of governance, one aspect of a lot of the things I've been talking about is corruption. Corruption is a serious problem. Corruption undermines a lot of the things about social responsibility that we're being concerned about, but we don't take enough notice of corruption. So I'll put this up here to tell you the best and the worst, most corrupt countries. So supposedly the least corrupt country in the world is Denmark. But I think the Transparency International produces these figures, and I think there's a problem with these figures because corruption is corruption is a much more significant problem in many countries than people realise. Corruption takes place in many different kind of environments. It's not just rise in faith in conduct business, those kind of things. Corruption is endemic in the Western world. It's endemic in the Western world because we see people like Barack Obama accepting a Nobel Peace Prize and the $1 million that goes with it for doing absolutely nothing except being important. That's corruption. Corruption starts there. If it's considered culturally acceptable at that level, it's culturally acceptable all the way down the hierarchy. It's endemic within the political system. The relationships between the political system and the economic system are dubious in a lot of respects. This is something we ought to be concerned about. It's not just in the business. Corruption is what caused the problem here, isn't it? This is what caused likely to lose his job. Corruption and poor governance, the two tend to go together. They need to be addressed together to a large extent. Happens everywhere. So it happens in football just as much as it happens in business. And all of these things are a reason why a couple of months ago people in Britain decided they didn't want to be part of Europe. what I'm saying there is if citizens are not happy, people are not happy, they say so, things happen. So we can't separate any of these things from the environment in which they're operating. We can't, as researchers look at governance, looking at social responsibility, we can't take things in isolation and think they're separate from the whole economic environment, the whole political environment, the geographical environment. They're interdependent, and our research needs to take that into account. So, those are a number of issues that I think we're not paying enough attention to. I don't have answers to what to do about these things, but I do think we ought to start by understanding what questions we ought to be looking at. So, and then we can move towards a solution. We start from Brooklyn, Carroll's Pyramid. We're not going anywhere. I think that's a problem that we've got. We're not going anywhere because we're not starting from the right place and asking the right questions. So here's a few thoughts of mine, really, things that are important. Risk and responsibility are inseparable. 150 years ago, it was clearly understood. Rewards were what you got for undertaking the risk. The bigger the risk you took, the higher the rewards you could expect from it. That's all gone now, hasn't it? If you look at what happens in business, we see failure is rewarded. We see there's no correlation between the level of risk taken and the rewards given. That needs to be reconnected. There should be a connection there. All of us, when we studied economics, learned about perfect competition, and we learned that in lesson 1 of economics 101, we learned about perfect competition, and in lesson 2, we were told that can't exist in reality, so we're going to talk about imperfect competition and solutions to those kinds of things. But we build the whole economic environment of the world on the idea of perfect competition. Remove trade barriers and things will be wonderful. Obviously, complete rubbish. It can't possibly work. All the evidence shows it doesn't work. So, Milton Friedman and his Chicago School came up with the ideas, invented trickle-down theory, didn't they, to suggest this is why perfect competition will work in reality. This is why we should remove trade barriers, because eventually wealth trickles down, everybody gets richer. There's absolutely no evidence that that exists. Quite the opposite. All the evidence shows the opposite. But we still base our economic system on the idea of perfect competition. After the financial economic of 7 or 8, 9 years ago, a lot of people started saying we can't conduct our business in the way that we do. People have got to take responsibility for their decisions. We cannot operate in an environment of amorality. Things have got to change. What's changed since then? Absolutely nothing. So what's going to happen? There's going to be another crash in the not too distant future, isn't there? But we're just blindly walking into it. You know, we're not doing anything about it. We're not suggesting alternatives. We're not doing anything, despite what we said at the time. there's problems with the whole economic environment, the competition environment. There's lots of problems, but the whole environment leads to abuse of power. And we've just talked about the abuse of power because we've seen that 95% of the benefits have gone to the top 1% over the last few years. I talked about Philip Green exploiting his workers, all those kind of things. Now, if we're going to build a sustainable future, it has to be based upon a sustainable economic environment, which means, well, at a minimum, it means satisficing. It means that all stakeholders have got to find something acceptable in the way the benefits are distributed. At the moment, there's lots of evidence to say that's not happening and people are not satisfied. We need to do something about it. So what do we do about it? And what we have seen happening over the last few years, we've seen two things I think are important. One's a cause of optimism as far as I'm concerned, and that one is the stakeholder power and engagement. Increasingly, we're seeing stakeholders taking much more interest in the economic system, the political system, stakeholders looking at corporate activity, stakeholders looking at government activity, and saying when they're not happy. So stakeholders being all of us in this context, the fact that more people are interested, I see it, of course, for optimism. Again, it's something we ought to be thinking about. The other thing that we see is what I've just put together as resource depletion. The resources of the world are being overused, and that's not sustainable. Now, lots of people kind of accept that it's not sustainable, but don't want to do anything about it because it's not very comfortable to do anything about it. But if we don't do something about it, there's a problem for the future, isn't there? We cannot continue as we are, and it's no use just assuming that our children and our grandchildren will be able to sort out the mess that we've made, because they're not going to be very happy with us, are they? They see the effects. But again, this is not really something that we are addressing. There's lots of talk about climate change, there's lots of talk about how we can manage when the world gets warmer. And as a British person, the idea of the world getting warmer is wonderful, isn't it? Less so for people in some other countries. But we can do something about all of these things. And part of our obligation as academics is to make our contribution towards doing something about it, engage in these issues and help. So that's what we're here for, because we've got the privilege and leisure to sit and think about solutions. So we should be doing it. All kinds of things that can be done, but there's actually, we've got an obligation to do it, and we're failing in that obligation. So what do we learn from what we've seen over the last few years? We've not learned very much because we've ignored what's apparent is society, stakeholders, however you want to define it, can't be ignored. bit, we get in a situation of conflict. So it needs managing in some way to avoid conflict. Again, a problem that needs to be addressed. How the global economy can be managed in the future. One of the problems we've got a global economy, we've got global businesses, and we've got national organisations trying to manage this global environment, and it doesn't work, does it? So we need to address this in some way or other. This is one of the governance issues that's not being addressed. How do we manage governance in a global world where all the vehicles we've got to do so a national-based problem? But it's a problem we've got to solve. What have we forgotten? Basically, we've forgotten.